the quarterback keeper. He doesn't pitch it. Looks like he's going to get down to about the 7-yard line, but that's going to be enough for a first down. Let's make it first and goal. Blue Devils inside the 10. So we're getting positive yardage every time, and so far, knock on wood, no mistakes yet.
Penalties and turnovers. I mean, that's if we can eliminate that, we're showing exactly what we can do.
One false start penalty earlier on this drive, but I believe that's about the only miscues we've had. As again, Mack goes under center, two running backs behind him, 2 wide receivers to the far side. As he takes the ball again straight ahead, he's hit head on, but he continues to drive right there. Mack will not be stopped. Mack is showing so much intensity as he's getting the option to take that ball up the middle. They're having a hard time stopping him, Joe. They had him stopped for no gain. He ends up, as he's coming over a little woozy to the thing, he's like, let's not call me up the middle this time. But
and Gate City is going with an unbalanced line as well, and they're running right behind it. They're going 3 offensive linemen, guard, center, and of course they're replacing the tight end with another offensive lineman to get some push. And it's been effective here as they're second down and goal. Looks like from about the 3.5.
Yep, DeAndre under center again. Let's see what they call with about 5 minutes to go here in the game. They're going to hand the ball off this time. And it looks like carrying the ball into the end zone is going to be the Blue Devils. Touchdown. Blue Devils carrying the ball into the end zone. Number 20, Logan Tomlinson. Touchdown. Blue Devils. Great momentum, great drive, Joe. Probably one of the best drives they've had all season right there.
4 yards out, Logan Tomlinson again. Gate City on the board as they go for the extra point.
Joe, you said earlier that Union was daring us to throw it. We make a few passes, forced them to spread their defense out. It's amazing what that does for your running game.
Exactly.
Roten on for the extra point, and there's going to be movement and a flag before the entire Union line moved. Let's see if they were
offside.
That's going to be offsides on Union. I didn't think any of our players moved, so let's see if we can decide to go for 2 now. You move the ball down to about the 1.5. So this is, we're still going to go for the extra point, it looks like, as they mark the ball ready for play. Levi looks over here and says, "You still want me to kick this thing?" That penalty is going to be declined, so they're going to keep the ball back to where they are. You thought they might go for 2 right there, Joe. I mean, we don't really have that much to lose, but get the points when we can. So again, Levi on for the extra point, waiting for the snap. Snap back, hold, and the kick is up, and this kick is good. Gate City's on the scoreboard as Levi Roten tacks on the extra point. Your new score with a little over 5 minutes to go in tonight's game. Union 33, Gate City 7. Again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
For exceptional Mexican food and the perfect place to stop in before heading out to watch another Gate City victory, La Carreta Express in Weber City offers a tremendous menu of authentic Mexican cuisine at a great price. La Carreta proudly supports Blue Devil Sports, and they're open 7 days a week, even until 10 p.m. every night except Sunday. So dine in with them today or give them a call at 276-386-7000 for call-in orders. Again, that's 276-386-7000. And they're located next to Weber City Drug on U.S. Highway 23 in Weber City.
And we're back here in the fourth quarter. Chris, really quick, anything to update?
Looks like Sullivan North still has their 28-0 lead on Unaka. I've been putting this off, but Alcoa right now is ahead of Dobbins Bend at 21-7 at halftime. East side 21, Thomas Walker 20. No word yet on any difference in that game. Ridgeview kind of taking care of business with Lehigh right now, 35-0.
Thank you, Chris. As the kickoff goes, squib kick goes bouncing down to about the 15-yard line. It's going to stay in play. There is a fumble. Let's see if we're able to get it. See who gets that ball. As that ball is going to be dove on. The umpires are looking at each other. They still no sign yet. And it's going to be Gate City ball, finally. We were waiting on the official to mark it, and they kept looking at each other, and it's going to be Gate City ball as an alert. Gate City lineman jumps on the ball, and it was a squib kick that the Union player could not retrieve. So again,
It
great
wasn't for sure if
play.
he had. Yeah, they didn't know if he had possession of it before he went out of bounds, but they're saying he did. He had it just long enough, and so again, Gate City right in scoring, right on the red zone, 16-yard line. Again, as we've got 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, golden opportunity for Gate City to get back on the board.
Yeah. Timeout Union. I don't know if they're going to go up to the replay booth for this one or not, but as we were able to get the fumble right there, Gate Union, with that little squib kickoff that Levi Roten does, it kind of bounced up, and he never had control of it, and then he got hit, and the ball was laying there only about a half yard or so onto the field, and one of our players came down and dove on it, and I believe that was number 21 who did that. That was Jacob Hicks, who slid on the ball, and they, again, like you said, they said that he was in bounds long enough. So, again, it's going to be 1st and 10. Gate City right back in Union territory at the 16-yard line.
Back in business again. If you put one in right quick, go for an onside, make things at least a little bit interesting as they, as they're starting to get some work from some of these other guys. You talk about a DeAndre Mack at quarterback. Also,
21.
Hey guys, speaking of maybe changes in momentum, Castlewoods scored again, got a 2-point conversion. They now lead Ryco 16-13.
Don't feel bad. Don't worry, folks. Don't worry. We already called it.
As we come back under center with Mack, Mack's going to hold on to the ball. No, he hands it off to the inside. Hard running Blanton, number 7. Blanton gets down to about the 12 or 13-yard line. Good hard running. Blanton has been a spark plug with him, and putting Mack in at quarterback has changed this offense. And Union, I don't think, was ready for this kind of change right there, and the speed and the.
You're going with the unbalanced line as well, and of course, Gate City keeping it simple, not committing the turnover, not committing the penalties that's plagued them so far.
And Mack's not quarterbacked a lot this year, so they didn't have film to kind of see what he does. But this time he hands the ball off, going straight up the middle. As he gets run to the side, it took 2 or 3 players to knock Luke Reed down, but he gets up to about the 5-yard line, as it took number 7 and number 35 for Union. That's Bailey and Lomax on the tackle right there for Union. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 3 to 4 yards at the 10. Yep.
3rd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
And we'll say the announcer here says 5. The
Look
clock says 4.
Look how wide open it is to the right.
Yes, it is wide open to the right. We go up the middle, and where do we go? We go into the end zone. Touchdown, Gate City. Who carried it in there? Number 7, Landon Blanton.
Touchdown run by number 7, Landon Blanton.
Our new star running back of the second half. Joe comes through again. We were worrying about getting the first down. He was worrying about getting the ball into the end zone. Landon Blanton into the end zone. As we line up for another extra point. Levi's waiting for the snap. Snap down, and the kick is booted, and this kick is no good. A little bobble on the snap right there. It was a good kick, just slightly to the left. But the new score is 33-13. Union still leads, but Gate City, Joe, has cut into that quickly. Where has this been?
Onside kick, and here we go. Let's see what happens. You never. Of course, it's good to see again starting to get a few breaks our way of turnover here. Not doing the things that plagued us all year long with the penalties and the turnovers. Be interested to see if we kick it deep or if we squib again.
So many schools, even when we kick off, they've been doing that little squib kick, and they've had trouble, returning that. And as we've said many times, our special teams has won a lot of games against the other teams. I mean, our offense defense has sputtered, but if you look at just our special teams against the other team's special teams,
oh yeah,
our kickoff returns, our punting, Vermilion punting 60 yards, our 25, 30-yard returns. Like you said, I'm anxious to see if we kick it deep or if we go for an onside.
Yeah, we've got the speed. We've got Roden. You talk about DeAndre Mack. You talk
Levi
about
Roden
Hicks.
kicking for
You
you,
talk
too.
about, we've got the speed. Blanton, you talk about speed. We've got it. Just be able to capitalize on what we can do and play to our strengths if at all possible. And they're giving us sort of a little bit of soft.
Yes, they are.
Right here around the 30-yard line.
Five up deep. As they do, they go for it, and he kicks it straight ahead, and it goes. I think it bounced straight into the hands of the Union player. Levi Roten had a great idea right there to kick it straight ahead and him recover the fumble, but it bounced right up to Jesse Horton, and he was able to get that. Horton hadn't been there, and that ball hadn't have been such a favorably bounce right there. It would have been another turnover for Gate City. So.
Chris, have we got anything
Union
coming
will
in?
have it first and 10 down.
Sullivan North now, 35-0 on Unaka. Boone still holding on. I guess it's in the third quarter now, 21-7 over Science Hill. If we go to Southwest Virginia, Richlands and William Byrd tied at 21. Holston, 26-14 over Rural Retreat. And a final, Chilhowie 59, Northwood 9.
So if you had 51 points there, I'm sorry, folks.
You lost you did not cover. There's a penalty on the play as they have a new running back in. Carrying the ball this time is going to be Xavier Lomax.
Xavier Lomax.
But there is a marker on the play back at the line of scrimmage.
I don't think they had enough on the line. Looks like their offensive line sort of
DeAndre Mack and Grady
kind of made a
Evans
J.
tackle.
Yes.
There's a flag
Nobody.
on the play.
You have to
Legal
have
formation.
Illegal formation against Union.
You have to have 6 on the line, correct, Jay? 7. I think they had about 4.
Yeah, that made it sort of like a J right there. So
That's going to be a 5-yard penalty, plus it's going to take away the large gain they had right there of about 15 yards. So another good break for Gate City and a mistake by Union. So it's going to be 1st and 15 now from the 42, Union's own 42. Again, in at quarterback is Andy Jones for Union. He's got a good throwing motion and a smart kid. I'm not sure what grade he is, Joe.
sure as well, but they're just going to get him
And
again.
there's going to be another marker on the play as see if there's a timeout called.
Timeout Union.
The referee called the penalty, then he also called timeout. So we'll see. We'll take a break and we'll see what they decide to do down there. And we'll come back with some more scores that Coach Chris Carr has. Again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Family owned for 3 generations, Broadwater Trading Company proudly supports Gate City High School and wishes the Blue Devils the best for a great upcoming season. Broadwater Trading Company is your local steel dealer, and they've got chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, outdoor power equipment, and much, much more, including farm equipment and supplies. So go by and see them today at 297 West Water Street, or give them a call at 386-6811. Again, that's 386-6811. Again, Broadwater Trading Company, proudly supporting Gate City Athletics.
This is Jake Taylor of the Blue Devils baseball team, and you're listening to the home of Blue Devils Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
We're back as Union hands the ball off as stopped by the middle of the Gate City line for little to no gain. You know, Joe, our offense is playing better, which has sparked our special teams, which in turn has sparked our defense. These are the same players that we played with all year, but they are fired up right now. So,
You know, and it's good to see, again, like I said, a lot of fight as Gate City prepares for the preseason pick of the Mountain 7 district, which will be Ridgeview. They, again, make their trek down from Dickinson County next week here for a homecoming 2018.
there was a timeout called that time. This time Gate City, I think they wanted to make sure they were in the right formation defensive-wise. It's second down and a long 12. Chris, do you have anything when we have just another?
Yeah, we got a back and forth going on between George Wythe and Auburn. Auburn's had the lead. Wythe scored again to come back. They lead 26-24.
What's the deal on this Landon Blanton? I've got Drew Myers. I don't have no Landon Blanton on my roster.
It is Blanton.
It's Landon Blanton? Okay.
So it looks like Ridgeview, our next week opponent, they're up 35-0 on Lehigh. Graham, 37-3 over Wise Central.
Brady
So
Edwards
it's
on the
going to be some excitement next week, Chris. What do you think?
Could be. I think our boys better be ready to play some ball. Ridgeview's going to be coming for them.